Namaste. Happy Shivaratri to all. Hope all the friends, relatives celebrated Shivaratri and felt so happy by receiving the blessings from God in all the ways. Everybody, you might have seen like people surrounding you celebrating Shivaratri in their own ways. I see most of the people surrounding to me like celebrating by doing all the prahar pujas, like 6 p.m., 9 p.m., 12 p.m., and then 6 p.m. morning, having fasting, and then continuously chanting the Shivanamas, stotras, songs, cultural programs, offering prasads in their own way. So everybody throughout this India might have been celebrated internationally as well. All enjoyed this festival. Festivals, of course, it all brings a sort of a unity and togetherness. However, our great cultural heritage that was given to us by our great rishis and gurus, they have a lot of meanings that are indulged into these activities, what we do in day-to-day life, or with the festivals what we get. If you see the Hindu culture, every day can be celebrated as a festival because some or the other thing will be there. So in relevance to this, values that what we get from these festivals, one such instance that happened in my life started to think me in that direction, that what is the purpose, what we are doing during these festivals. We say that once we fed all these thousands and lakhs of people after completing all these rituals what we do, that we feel like after having all this enjoyment, togetherness, we feel that we are so successfully completed these festivals, enjoyed those moments. Of course, we enjoyed those moments. You are seeing those physical things what you can able to see, and some sort of a pleasure in the inner feeling by involving yourself into performing these rituals, talking to your friends, and those togetherness and emotions, whatever involved into those. But there are certain subtle things also involved into those things what we do, and what is the purpose of bringing those things into our festivals. One such simple aspect, like any of the festivals, any of the pujas that we do, we were told by our rishis and greater people that we should call Brahmin, and especially who are regularly doing those pujas, and respect them and give those respect as if we are giving respect to this deity. And I remember in my every year Kalyanotsav we do through ASSN, Sudhakar Sharma sir comes to our pujas or homas or anything, whatever it happens in our temples and in our house. He's our family member, family priest. Even though he is so famous, he's so he's so devoted to God, and he is always involved into all these activities throughout his life. Still in his house, when he is doing his puja or homa, he calls the fellow Brahmins to come and offer puja in his home. Why does he need to do that? He can do, right? He himself can able to do all those things because he knows everything. He could have called everybody. Instead of calling all those people and offering to them again, he could have done on his own because he knows every way. He knows all the Vedas what he is doing. Pujas for Shiva, Rudrabhisheka, Ekadasmanyas, Rudrabhisheka and all. But still he calls in his house the pujas when it happens, his fellow Brahmins, and respect them, give the offerings as if he is giving it to God, to the Brahmin. There is a subtle quality that rishis has told to all the living beings that you should follow this practice. Rushi Runa, Deva Runa, Pitru Runa, like that a lot of runas are there. Depths. One such runa, when you call them and offer them, you will get rid of that runa towards that Rishi Runa, because through gurus only we will get, and we are considering them as gurus and we are calling them and offering all those things. But nowadays we all do as we feel without respecting people, and we keep on telling anything. If that priest comes, he asks for the more, he says something like, can I get this extra? We are ready to pay how much ever amount, if at all we are willing to pay for our own selves. However, if we are demanded by some person, maybe it is because of his personal situations, why should we not think positively and think that God is asking us, because we are calling him as as a representation of God to our house, right? Why can't we offer such things still? And if he demands, or if he doesn't demand, also we can do that. Instead of respecting that Brahman, we keep on scolding them. We keep on finding out the faults from them. Then what is the reason of doing all these pujas? What is the reason for all doing all these pomposities? In order to demonstrate this sort of a philanthropic acts. It's just merely for your own satisfaction you are doing it. But I don't think so we are going to get some sort of a blessing from God really by hurting some people. Definitely. Instead of, it will get the bad effects to our karma. There is good karma as well as bad karma. The bad karma itself, it comes through all these minute tasks what we do in our regular life. In this context, I was remembering one of the life incident that happened during Mahapariva in Sri Matha. A great wealthiest person, great means in this society view, because he is having a lot of money, he can offer anything. And nowadays we are all of like that only. We are in the same situations, luxurious lives. We can earn enormous amount, whatever we need, and we can spend accordingly, like how we are doing now. Similarly, that person in those days, he's a wealthy person, and he can offer anything to any person. And one such religious act he has performed, and he fed almost like thousands of people, Brahmins. Along with the Brahmins, he arranged a puja. He called so many Brahmins to perform that puja, and he offered the food. And in order to show that act, what he had done, he came to Sri Mata and told to Periyava, prostrating in front of him, Mahaperiyava, I did this great religious act and I fed these many people. Like that, he was so happy, and I thought I will get your blessings also, so I came here. Mahaperiyava, he will start one question to that person who came there, the wealthiest person who came there. Did a oldest Brahmin came to your house along with the Brahmins whom you invited for the puja? He asks. Yeah. And he doesn't have teeth. Did you able to recognize him? Yeah, Periyava. Yeah, what happened? He will ask. If you are lucky, your fate is good. By the time you go back and try to apologize the person whom you invited for your puja, go back to him and apologize him. If your fate is good, you can able to meet him and then greet him and get the apologies from him. But if your fate is not good, I don't know. This is what he said. Then this wealthiest person started reminding what happened, that during the puja that he came and he was offering food to all the Brahmins. He himself was offering food. And when he came to this oldest person, elderly person, he likes that sweet pongal. So he asked him, can I get more little pongal? With shaky voice, as usual, like elderly people without teeth. This wealthiest person, thinking that when he chant mantras only he is the greatest person, because he doesn't have teeth, he can't able to chant mantras. For you this is enough. Like that he will just skip away from there. And then he will start serving the people, whoever has used their voices loudly chanting mantras. This elderly person, he felt so insulted and he came back. He died. Which he doesn't know, the wealthiest person doesn't know when Periyava was telling. The moment when Periyava said this, he will run to that elderly person. But by the time he go there, the elderly priest is no more. It's his bad fate. Whatever the acts you do as part of the religious activities, what for you are doing all these pujas, try to understand the subtleness involved in all these pujas. Hurting people, it doesn't make you to be successful after all offering all these thousands of people food, having all these songs, japas, mantras, tantras. It's not going to be useful at all. In fact, it's going to give you a bad karma which you can't able to bear when you get that physically being seen in front of your eyes. Literally yesterday I faced this and I felt so happy as well, because I'm so confident on my Guru that, my Guru, even lakhs of people are standing besides to us. Even crores of people also. When you are not doing wrong, he will make you to stand alone. And everybody will get scared of you if you are doing the right act. And ultimately doing these pujas, everything is not to hurt the people. If we hurt the people, it is not going to be successful. In fact, it is going to be the most worst thing that we are going to face in our lives. Remember this and then do your pujas or whatever the charity you do in your life. Then only it is going to be useful for our lives. Etat sarvam palam Sri Sadguru Charana Aravinda Arpanamastu. I thought of sharing to all of you because people are forgetting their roots. People are forgetting the values of human life. Thank you very much.